Well, howdy everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Yeah, let's get back onto this carburetor. As you can see, I've cleaned it up a little bit. I got the metering block here, cleaned it up. Well, I had to call the guy up and say, well, we're going to have to get a rebuild kit for this thing. And I did a lot of research on this. You know, there's a carburetor number right here, as you can see. And I had a hard time finding this gasket right here. You know, you look through kits and stuff, and you see the regular gaskets for these Holley carburetors. They don't have this particular one in it. So I did some calling around and couldn't really find anything. I actually called Jegs up, and I told the guy at Jegs that I have a Ford carburetor here. It's a Holley, Holley carburetor, but it's got a Ford number on it and stuff. See, there's manufactured by Holley. Right there on this plate here. There, manufactured by Holley for Motorcraft. So since Jegs deals in Holley carburetors, I thought, okay, I'll call Jegs up and find out if they can get me parts. Well, no, they can't. He says, well, since Ford has their own parts and Holley, they just deal in Holley, Ford's got their own stuff for Holley. So they couldn't get me a carb kit that would match this carburetor. They didn't have part numbers. So I just did some little more research myself, and I found some carb kits that had this particular gasket in it. You can see by the picture. I called the guy up, said, hey, found a kit for it. It's going to cost, X amount of dollars. And he said, man, that's too much. Well, yeah, O'Reilly's wanted $100 for a carb kit. And I checked Amazon, and Amazon was like $88. He says, well, call Ohio Automotive real quick and see what they have and see what they get. So I called Ohio Automotive, and they came up with a price of $157. So I called him back and said, hey, are you sitting down? I said, Ohio Automotive wants $158 for their carb kit. He's like, oh, man. He says, let me call around here real quick. I'll get back with you later. Well, about a half hour later, he calls me and says, hey, I found a carb. I'm like, okay. All right. Where's it at? Well, he goes, can you go get it for me? Because he's a truck driver, and, yeah, he couldn't go get it. He says, well, it's over in Lima. He says, a friend of mine's got it. He says, he said, it looks like a double pumper. Yada, 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 can you go and get it? Like, all right, I'll go get it. So I go over to this guy's place, and lo and behold, the carburetor was still on the motor. The motor was back in the back of a building. We had to crawl over stuff to get to it, and it was fun to get to, and it was hot out. I was miserable. But anyways, I finally got the carburetor off, and well, here it is. Here's the carburetor that he wants me to put on his truck now. It came off of looked like a mid-80s 351 Windsor. And here's the bottom of it. Yeah. So now I've got the job to clean this up now and make it work on his 460 and that 77 F250. Which this carburetor here was an 85 carb. I didn't even look at the numbers on this one yet. Let me see. What's it? Yeah, it's probably got the same numbers on it, actually. Yeah, Liz. This one up here is a 52, and this one here is a 5264. E5. Let's get a. So we got an E5 TE 9510ZA, and this one here is a 9510FA. So yeah, they're probably about the same carburetor. But, look at it. You gotta see that the bottom of it's going to be pretty nasty. That looks pretty, doesn't it, guys? And the guy that I got this from, or went to his place, he said this carburetor hasn't been run probably 14, 15 years. So, that's what I got to do. That's what I'm going to have to deal with. So, I guess I'll take this carburetor here. I'll clean up the base of it the best I can. I'll go stick it on that truck and see what happens. But anyways, this is just part of my deal and I'm going with. Since I was already over in Lima, close. I was only about 3 miles from Menards. Then I needed to get some stuff at Menards. So I'll show you here real quick what I had to go get at Menards. It's in the back of my Durango. I got myself some bags of salt. I ran out of salt here in the basement. I got a water softener here. And if anybody knows, when you have hard water, it kind of sucks to wash things in hard water. So yeah, I had to go break down and get I got 3 bags of salt here. So I gotta get the bags of salt loaded up here and go down and take it down the basement. So I can get back to having soft water. Soft water is pretty nice to bathe in. But anyways, yeah, that's why I got at Menards. And I also stopped at Aldi and I also stopped at Meijer. I didn't get very much at Aldi, but I did find some good deals at Meijer. So I might show those right here real quick, but I'm going to take a couple of these bags down to my water softener and get some salt in my softener so I can get it going here. So get back later in a minute. But before I do that other stuff here real quick, I just checked this carburetor out and it's froze up. The throttle doesn't even move. Yeah, buddy, this is gonna be fun. Yeah, it's froze shut. This still moves, but yeah, that don't move. I think I got my work cut out for me, guys. So, well, yeah, let's see what happens here. So I ended up spending. This is Aldi. I went to Aldi first, and I went to Aldi. Well, no, I didn't. I went to Menards first, actually. And Menards actually didn't have their air conditioner wasn't working in there. I was feeling pretty bad. I about passed out in Menards, and I had to get into someplace with some air conditioning. Didn't have nothing to drink, so I thought, well, I'll go to Aldi real quick. They're usually pretty cool in there. Wanted to go to Aldi, see if they had any specials on meat and stuff. Well, I've been liking this stuff. I finally found out that if you take one of these right here will make 2 gallons of juice. Make 2 gallons of drink. And these things have 0 calories in them. If you look on the back here, 0 calories. Calories, 0. So yeah, that's been pretty good. I take the energy drinks. The energy ones, and I thought, well, I'll do the other ones. These are not energy ones. These are the ones I picked up. Because these are $1.69 a piece. So, yeah, I can make 2 gallons of drink and have a gallon jug in the refrigerator anytime I want it. So, that's what I've been doing. So, I spent $9.20 at Aldi. And I wanted to get some marinara sauce because I've got a few things I want to do. And I needed something to drink, so I got this tropical punch. So then I also went over to Meijer real quick, and I found some tremendous deals over at Meijer. I've already put the stuff in the freezer. I've been eating stuff out of the refrigerator freezer to get in unloaded because there's old stuff in it. So actually, I got the new stuff in the freezer right now. So I'll pull it out real quick, and I'll show you what I got. So check this stuff out. What I got at Meijer. Got into some good deals. 75% off. These are boneless pork loin blade chops. You can see 4 chops in there. Paid $1.07 for them, 75% off. Here's some more chopped blade steak, thin cut. $1.12. There's regular price on them. There's sale price, there's regular price. There's regular price. More pork. There's some, shoulder. This is a, what they call a Boston roast. Shoulder roast pork. 75% off. $1.68. Regular price is $9.58. Sale price $6.70. Country style ribs. 75% off. Paid $2.24 for them. Regular price $14.37. Sale price $8.97. And then they had these Katie's Best pork boneless skinless tenders. Regular price $7.99 a pound. Regular price $6.55. I got them for $1.64. Spent $7.75 at Meijer. And I calculated up all the regular price stuff, regular price items, or the regular price on these was $41.82. So put that in the calculator, how much I've saved. I saved over $30 in this stuff right here. But anyways, that's what I got. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take that carburetor. I guess I'm going to soak it in some freaking penetrating oil and see, wish for the best. Let's go back out there and look at it real quick. Well, there it is, guys. This thing's froze up. It ain't gonna, I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere with it. It's probably all the best I can do is just squirt her down with some penetrating oil and maybe hope for the best. I don't know. That's what the guy wants, so what do? It ain't gonna be no good, really. So this I got more than a half a can of this PB Blaster, and it's not even squirting out. But anyways, that's what I gotta deal with, guys. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I think my best bet's going to be to just go ahead and get the dang carb kit for that carburetor right there, and this ain't gonna be no good. I'm gonna tell him, hey, this thing ain't no good. We're going to get a carb kit for that. So that's what I got to deal with, guys. So hope you guys enjoyed this. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.